What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be doing, instead of some fishing stuff, some hunting stuff. Right down there I've got my bows. I'm going to go over what bows I am rocking for 2023 season. This season's going to be a little bit different because of moving. As you guys probably just saw in the video I just released, actually the day that I'm filming this I released it, but this video will come out a few days later. So, with moving down to South Carolina, it's going to be a little bit different. I do plan on coming up here to Ohio and hunting a few times throughout the season. We will have to see, though. All depends on what my work schedule is going to be. But yeah, that's the plan. I do plan on trying to hunt down there in South Carolina and possibly in Georgia, since I'll be right next to the South Carolina-Georgia border, and maybe go on some more fun hunts over in Georgia too. I've got a buddy who said he may be able to get me on a bear if I would want, so that could be a potential hunt too if I end up doing it. But anyways, I got my bows, I've got another GoPro and the tripod. We're gonna go out in the woods where I've got my target set up and get talking about them, and we're gonna shoot them a little bit because I sighted them in with a sight tape, but my sight tape's off a little bit, so I've got to redo it. Gonna redo my sight tape and see what I can go from there. So anyways, let's grab my binos, grab my bow, and let's get out there and talk about it. All right, so we're out in the woods. I've got both my bows out here with me, got everything here. So let's get started with the traditional bow that I use every year, the brand I use every year, that being a Hoyt. I've got a Hoyt RX-7. This is just a standard RX-7. I've used Ultras in the past. All the Ultras were back ordered when I went in to get it, and they were a long wait, and I didn't want to get it. Sorry, it's gonna rain off and on, so hopefully it doesn't get on my camera or get too heavy or anything. May just have to deal with it throughout this video. But all my Hoyts that I've had have been a longer ATA's bows, or axle to axle bows. But this time I ended up going with just the RX-7 because it was the only one that was not back ordered, and they had it in stock. And then also, all I'm going to be doing is hunting, so I didn't need a longer ATA bow. I've got the Hoyt Integrate Rest on here. I've got an HHA Tetra sight, and then I'm just rocking the little stub stabilizer that comes on all these Hoyt stock. Don't really have a need to throw anything else on it. I haven't got a quiver yet, need to get a quiver for it, same for my other bow. But yeah, that's the basic thing. It's a 70-pound bow set on 29-inch draw length. Love the bow, shoots great. And yeah, I mean, I've always loved Hoyts. I've always loved carbon bows, so it's been great. On this, the sight tape was a little off. I shot it the other day. 20 and 60 were great. All in between were great, but anything past 60, it really dropped off on the sight tape, and I wasn't able to really shoot accurately after past 60 because of how much drop I was getting compared to what the sights tapes were. So today's goal is to go through that and get it to where hopefully we can get an accurate sight tape on it. Same for the other bow. So let's set this down, go to the other bow, and show you what my other bow is. So my other bow, I'm trying to stand like this to keep it out of the picture, is another flagship bow from another brand which I've never shot before, and that is the Mathews Phase 4. I ended up getting this Phase 4 because I kept on seeing it and I really wanted to try out a Mathews, but I never have. So then when I found this one, I saw the camo, or the color and everything of the granite color, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it a shot, see how I like it. So far I like it. I've got the same rest on this bow, which is that Q80 Integrate. It's just the Q80 one instead of the Hoyt branded one or the Mathews one, because they're labeled Hoyt or Mathews makes them so much more expensive. So I've got the traditional, just QAD one. I've got the same sight, but it is the dovetail model instead of the Picatinny, so it goes right through the riser. This is the HHA Tetra. And then I've got the Mathews Bridge Lock Stabilizer. This is an 8-inch bar on here. Still figuring it all out, seeing how I like it all. One thing I have noticed is that this screw does come loose a little bit as you shoot, and the stabilizer kind of moves a little bit in it. So that's one thing to get used to, and I constantly got to try to keep it tightened up. And yeah, so same thing for this sight compared to that one is I've got this sight tape on it, and it really does work fine, but anything past 60, it really drops off. So I figured, let's go ahead, take it off, and we are gonna get shooting without it on. And I've already got 20, I've got to mark them again because they lightened up with that tape coming off. I've got 20 30, 40, 50, 60 marked on here, and they're shooting accurate. So anything past there, I'm gonna have to go through, but to start off, just to make sure all these lines are completely accurate, I'm gonna start at 20, gonna go through 20 to 60, just shoot probably 2 arrows at each distance, work my way back to where I'm shooting 60, and hopefully I have enough room right here to be able to shoot farther. I can move the targets a little bit to be able to shoot farther, I think, but I'm hoping to get to 80 yards today to test it out. If I can reach 100, great. I don't think that's going to be possible unless I put the target at an angle and then stand way up in the side of the yard. So we'll have to figure something out for that. May be able to. I'm actually looking at a path right here that I may be able to use for 100. So anyways, let's get stuff set up. I'm going to put a GoPro focused on the target, and then I'm going to have this camera on me. And let's get shooting these bows. You guys will kind of be able to see a difference in how they sound and shooting everything on this video too. So let's get shooting. Got my binos on, got everything set up. We're right at 20 yards right now. I got this set up. Should be pretty close because I zeroed out the sight at 20 yards, so it should be on. But let's go ahead, let's get 2 shots. And I've got my GoPro down there to show you guys where they're hitting on the target. This one I'm not being super steady about, but just so you're aware, I am aiming at the little red spot, which I believe says heart on the target. So yeah, that's where I'm aiming at. That's where we're going at throughout this entire sequence, and gonna be trying to sight in for. Both look right around that red area. So we're gonna back up 30 yards. I've shot this 20 yards plenty of times with this at zeroed in, so I'm pretty confident in it. We're gonna go back 30 yards, get going, shoot 2 arrows until we get back to 60. So let's bring you guys through all of them and get going. Next spot. Pulled a little bit low on that, wasn't happy with that shot, which it reflected as you guys just saw. Shot from here looks about 2 to 3 inches low. Happy with that one. Punched the trigger a little bit, but it felt good other than that. Let's go to 40. There's a little bit to the right on that one. Money. At least from here, it looks like it was dead on. I'm happy with that one. Going back 10 more, I'm thinking we're gonna have to figure something out, anything past 60, because right here, 60 is not looking like it's gonna be doable. So we'll have to rearrange after that. We'll go ahead and shoot this and the RX-7 to 60, and then we'll kind of rearrange and go from there. I'm not even gonna shoot 50 because I've got it marked on here. All the others are good. I'm gonna go right to 60 right now, and then we'll go over to the Hoyt. This one's gonna be a little tricky because there's 2 trees that I'm having to shoot through to get there, so I'm really gonna have to concentrate for this one. So let's send 2. That one seemed low. I punched it also. That one, to me, I think I see where it goes, or where it went. I think I'm on level wise. It's just shooting a little, that one was a little bit to the left, which could be me. Real quick, I'm gonna go grab my arrows, and then I'm gonna shoot this one again, 2 shots, and then we'll go through with the Hoyt on the same ones. Oh, I dropped on that one. I don't like that. That one's still just a tad low. We're gonna lower it by 1 more click. I think I saw where that one went. Height looks a little better. We're gonna finish out these last 2. Been watching a bunch of videos on these sites and getting them all good, and really wanna make sure you shoot plenty of shots at this yardage. So, because this is the one that's gonna make the biggest difference. We're gonna go at the top right of the black liver spot again. And that hit low. So I'm thinking, I think that one hit in the heart again, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to drop down. Let's drop down to 41. I think that one's good. I can't tell for here or from here. It got a little dark as soon as I shot. I'm thinking that one's good though. we're gonna go grab them, make sure everything's good on it, and then we're gonna go to the Hoyt, do the 20, 30, 60, just gonna go through those real quick, and then get to the longer yardage. All right, so this was my last shot. This was at 40. This is when I bumped up to 42. That could have just been user error too. It could have just been me in that I pulled a little bit. I'd say this is probably good. I don't know. I want to bump it to 43 for that yardage pin, which I may go ahead and do. But yeah, everything's a tiny bit low. This one wasn't terrible, but it was when I was aiming up here. So about a 2-inch difference. I think I may go ahead and bump it up to a 42 yard on the standard sight tape and then go from there. So let's get at it, pull these, get to the Hoyt, and get to longer distance. It is starting to rain, so we may not be able to go any farther than this today, but we will see. You guys will also notice it is a lot different sounding and shooting bow with the Hoyt compared to the Matthews. Good there. Now on to 30 yards. Tiny bit high, but not too bad on that one. That arrow, that's the weird arrow. It shoots weird out of this bow for some reason. Almost on level, just pulled to the left. So I'm gonna grab those, go back to 60. It's starting to rain harder, so we're gonna get that going at 60 and see if we can go from there. It is really pouring now. I had to check my sight tape. Let's sling to it and see if it'll slow down at all. Honestly, can't even see him from here, so I'm gonna have to go up there. I'm gonna go put my camera away. That way it doesn't get any more wet than it is, and we'll continue when it slows down. Okay, I pulled left on that one, but those arrows, that's a really good group right there for 2 arrows. So we're gonna wait, see if the rain holds out. And as long as the rain holds out, we're gonna back up and try to at least get 70 right here and get it marked out. So anyways, I guess let's see what the rain does. Okay, we're back at 70 real quick. Rain's at least slow enough to be able to do this. I have never sighted this in for 70. I've only went off the sight tapes before. I went what I think's right, so we're gonna go ahead and send 2 with the Hoyt, and then we'll go with the Matthews after this. Tiny bit low, so we're gonna go one more click up. Woo, that was a bad shot. I pulled. And I think that one was high. I rushed that one a little bit. Send one more with this. I'm gonna try hard to make it a good shot, and then we're gonna swap. I don't think, it felt good, but that one's not bad. It's slightly low, but that could have just been me. So I'm gonna call that 70 yards right there. Whew. So getting wet, gonna go over to the Matthews and see how that does at the same yards. Oh, that would explain why. I didn't get it set past 60 yards, so that just went straight into the ground. I pulled down on that one. Gonna probably send 2 more. Slightly high. Got 2 more arrows right here. That's high too. So we're gonna go to, I am getting tired, I'm wet, so my shooting could be off slightly. Rain's starting to pick back up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any farther than this, so I will see you guys back inside here in a second after I get cleaned up. Well, I got inside, and as soon as I got inside and got stuff put away, look at that. It is nice, bright, and sunny out. Go figure. As soon as it gets stuff put away, it gets nice, bright, and sunny out. But more storms and actually worse storms are supposed to be coming, so I'm not planning on going and getting my stuff back out. But if you guys are watching this far, let me know down in the comments what you guys think between each bow. I know that especially that last round, I was rough on the shooting. I was just getting really wet and my bow was slippery. I'm getting tired, went to the gym and did arms earlier, so that didn't help at all. So yeah, it was a little bit rough on the last round that I shot with both bows from 70 yards, but it wasn't terrible. But let me know what you guys think down below about each bow. Let me know which one you would pick if you had to pick one of those two bows. Let me know which one you would pick down below. Let me know if you guys are going to pick one up, which one you're going to be picking, and also if you want to do a head-on-head video between the two, kind of compare and contrast both, and go over some of the pros and cons of both. So, thank you guys for watching if you're watching this far, and we will see you in the next one.